My shotgun got stolen. So many aspects of this could have been avoided. Now, give you a little bit of a quick backdrop. I got this gun in 2010. I've had it for years and years. It's 2018. I lost it in 2015. So it's been a few years since I've lost it. But nevertheless, still hurts. I had a Benelli Supernova, 28-inch barrel, camo, get stolen out of the back of my brand new Jeep Wrangler, soft top. I was going hunting with some buddies. They were on their way. Loaded my car up, started it. Now I live in an apartment complex, not the same one, but I lived in an apartment complex, and I took my gun, I took my case, I grabbed my first load of stuff, walked downstairs, started my car. Done it hundreds of times. Hundreds of times. Went back upstairs to grab my dog, lock my house, my apartment, whatever, and come back. In the time that I left my car, walked upstairs, meaning I'm in the corner so I can see my car. It's 15 feet in front of me, 10 yards, maybe. Grabbed my dog, grabbed her vest. It was cold, so I let my car warm up for a minute and came back. I'm not kidding you. Dog came out, opened the door, locked it, walked right back down. My gun was gone. Case was open. They took the gun. Thought it was my friend at first, not my friend. Called the police, reported it, did everything. But there's a valuable lesson to be learned. I left a firearm unattended. Not unattended in the aspect that I couldn't see it to where it was like something that like I did criminally wrong. Like, oh, like you left a gun somewhere. Why would you do something like that? Like, what if a child or... No. It'd be like you starting your car in your driveway, going to the front door, locking it with your spare set of keys, and turning around and your gun's gone. That's what happened to me. Because I was outside. My car's outside. It was running. The lights were shining at my door. Someone just came by and swiped it. And it sucks because, you know, there's no amount of money that can bring back that gun. I shot a lot of birds in it. Wore the firing pin spring out on it. Had to replace that. That's about the only thing that ever happened with that Benelli. It was a really, really good gun now that I think back to it. I never had to replace anything on it except the firing pin and the spring that held the firing pin. I hunted with it a lot. I shot a lot of shells through it. Trap shooting. I put deer slugs in it with the proper choke. Shot deer with it. It was kind of just an all-around awesome gun. And I'm really upset about it. So, tip of the day, tip of the week, tip of the month, tip of the year. Even if, like, and I know a lot of you guys do this, maybe you won't admit it, but a lot of you guys will go out on a hunt, an evening hunt, a cornfield hunt, and you'll pull a big trailer full of decoys, and you'll live out in the country somewhere, you'll live somewhere where you're comfortable in your neighborhood. Take your guns inside, guys. Be in possession of that at all times. Well, you think, oh, well, what happens if you go to the gas station? My point. You know, you run inside, grab a Gatorade or whatever. It sucks. People are opportunistic. I don't live in a bad neighborhood. I don't live in a rich neighborhood. I live in a gated community. I live in a nice community. But it doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter where you are. The point is like, now when I go hunting, if I'm with someone, which 99% of the time I am, hey man, stay in the car with the guns. I'm going to go grab my stuff. If you want something, let me know. Or when I come back, switch, and I'll let you go in. It's so... And even with scouting, you'll get to the place you're going to hunt. Public land. Sucks. Whatever. Sometimes it doesn't, and it's awesome. No one's there. Got the whole place to yourself. Yay. And you get out of your car, and you go, and you got your muck boots on, or your tennies, or whatever you're wearing, and you go look around the corner to see if someone's out there, and they just got dropped off, or someone, motored up with their boat, or wherever you are, people will steal your stuff. And it happens. And I never recovered the gun. I don't know where it is. And I'm heartbroken because the amount of, time that you spend with that, it's not necessarily that it's just a gun. You make memories with something. You develop an old your old favorite. And I've never had a gun, like I didn't go buy a new one, obviously. I bought something different just to try something out because that's all I knew. Blessed. And I really want another one, and I'm going to get one. But yeah, you gotta be careful, because the amount of time it took someone to physically steal my gun out of my car was moments. And they could have been sitting in their car in just opportunistic time. And they just, right when I walked upstairs and turned around to shut the door, grabbed it and ran right off. That's exactly what had to have happened. Had to. Exactly what had to have happened, because in the 35 seconds that you walk up 10 steps, because the way it worked is the parking lot's right here, the front of my car is the tip of my fingers. My door's right here. So you literally just boop, 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 car. So I don't know what happened. I didn't leave it anywhere. I have one safe. All my guns go in my safe. Lock and key, that's hidden too. Another lock, blah, 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 blah. My point is you got to be careful. You got to pay attention. Because just when you start getting comfortable, it happens. And I know I'm not the only guy this has happened to. But make no mistake, there was no negligence in the aspect of me just being very, very, very small time frame of being stupid. Because the gun was locked. It has a gun lock on the trigger. So I don't know if they shot it, or if they just threw it in a river, or what they did with it, if they broke the lock and drilled the hole. I don't know how they did it. I don't know if they ever got it fixed, or what they did to it, or if it works, or if those can come apart without damage. I don't know. Because I've always been a big advocate of taking care of your firearms, for one, and being responsible. Everybody's like, well, why would you keep a trigger lock on your gun? For that exact reason. Someone just threw my gun away, probably. And it sucks. But no one's going to be able to grab my gun. And even if they did, they're not going to be able to shoot it right away. They're going to have to go home or figure out how to pick that lock, which it's a weird, funky lock. So I don't know. It was a good one. And I've done that even to this day. My new gun that I shoot now, it's got a lock over the trigger, sitting in my house. And when I go out to my spot and I know I'm going to be with my gun the whole time, then I take it off and I put it in the bag, my gun case, and I zip it up. And then when I'm done hunting and I unload my gun for the duration of the hunt, and it's over, we're packed up, we're going back, I just put it right back on. Force a habit. Great habit to get into. So it's not like I left a gun that was unattended for, a child or someone, freak of nature, that could get a hold of and hurt themselves. They're going to have to do some work, or they did do some work to get it functioning, for one. And for two, it just sucks. So be careful with your stuff, guys. Make sure that someone's always around your gun, because this is kind of like not necessarily a sensitive subject. I'm sure I'm going to get some hateful comments about it, but my lesson that I learned doesn't have to be in vain. The season start is going to be coming up here soon for everybody, some closer than others. Just take that extra 2 minutes and learn from my mistake, and not lose your gem, your favorite gun. Some people have a favorite duck. I have a favorite duck decoy, just like some other friends and some other people I know. Make sure you take care of your equipment. Make sure that you are always aware of your surroundings, because I lived in a great community. Never thought it would have happened. And boom, 10 seconds, gone. Ruined my hunt, ruined my day, ruined my week, because it's an irreplaceable gun. I mean, you could spend $3, $5, $7, $9, $10, $1,000 on a gun, but I don't have that kind of money to drop right away, for one. And for two, all those memories I built with it, it's gone. But the lesson will last forever. And that lesson that I learned may help a lot of you guys out there that, got comfortable, or, oh man, I live out in the middle of nowhere. Ain't nobody coming out here. I got a gated fence. Ain't nobody coming out to my house. People watch, man. People look out, and people will stage your shit. People will see what you do, get into your habits, and they see you leaving with guns, and they don't see you go back in the house with guns. Someone's going to bust your window out, or someone's going to get your guns. It's just bound to happen, and if you're fortunate enough to where it hasn't, awesome. But for me, I wasn't fortunate, and someone got lucky. And if you're watching this and you stole my gun, just bring it back. You know who you are. Bring it back. I won't even be mad. I won't even call the police. If you just drop it off, somehow figure out where I live, send me a PM, send me a DM, I won't even call the cops. I won't. I won't. I just want my shotgun back. Small chance that you see this, but it sucks. So I'm trying to not beat a dead horse on it, but I mean, guys, I really can't stress out enough. Make sure you know what you're doing, because I do it all the time. We'll go out to public land. We'll get out of the car. We'll throw our waders on. We'll walk down there to see if the spot's available. Everything in your car is open and vulnerable. Grab your gun. Make sure it's unloaded. Throw it on your back. Walk to your spot. It's just a guaranteed way. It's something that's irreplaceable. It's something that's dangerous. You never know who's watching, who's waiting. And there's so many stories of people losing just awesome guns. So think about that next time. Not only from when you're just leaving your home, but when you're going to scout, when you're about to go and actually go look at a spot that you're going to be walking into. Even if you lock your car, yeah, that's fine. But make sure it's locked. Make sure it's not that hard just to pull your gun out with the case and just carry it. Because then no matter what, you got it. So that's all for Millennial Waterfowler tonight. You guys have a good one.